What if I told you there's a lake in Kenya where animals turn to stone? No, this isn't mythology. This isn't an ancient curse or the set of a fantasy film. This is Lake Natron, a real, otherworldly place that looks like it was plucked straight out of a dream, or maybe a nightmare. From the air, it shimmers in red and orange hues, like a lava field made of water. But don't let its beauty fool you. Lake Natron is one of the most extreme and dangerous lakes on the planet. And the reason animals seem to turn to stone. It's as real as the photos you're about to see. Stay with me, because this story will blow your mind, and by the end, you'll never look at Kenya the same way again. Lake Natron sits in the Great Rift Valley, stretching across the border of northern Tanzania and southern Kenya. Though technically located mostly in Tanzania, the lake's bizarre effects and surrounding mysteries are deeply woven into the lore of Kenyan communities nearby. This lake is not your typical water body. For starters, it's alkaline, not fresh or even salty. The water here can reach a pH level of nearly 10.5. That's comparable to ammonia or bleach. Now imagine that in a natural environment, open to the sky, surrounded by volcanoes and desert. And it gets even more intense. The temperature of the lake often rises to 60 degrees Celsius, 140 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hot enough to burn human skin. But what really fascinates scientists, locals, and curious adventurers alike is what the lake does to animals. Imagine this. A bird flies over Lake Natron, chasing reflections or perhaps misled by its mirage-like surface. It dives in, thinking it's water as usual. But once it touches the lake, it's in serious trouble. The minerals in the lake, combined with its scorching heat and highly caustic nature, cause the animal's body to calcify rapidly. Over time, it becomes covered in a layer of sodium carbonate and other mineral deposits, preserving it like a statue. Photographer Nick Brandt captured haunting images of these petrified birds, owls, flamingos, even bats, perfectly preserved as if frozen in time. It's as if Medusa herself lives under the lake, turning life to stone with just a touch. These eerie sculptures are not the result of sudden death or instant fossilization. Instead, they are a slow, natural embalming caused by the lake's unique chemistry, something found in very few places on Earth. Before we dive deeper into the mystery of Lake Natron, here's something to think about. If you're fascinated by Africa's hidden wonders, strange places, and wild stories the world rarely talks about, hit that like button, subscribe to Africa Unboxed, and join us on this journey through the unexpected side of the continent. Now, back to the lake that turns animals to stone. Why is Lake Natron so deadly? The secret lies beneath the water and above it. Lake Natron lies at the base of an active volcano called Lungai, known to the Maasai people as the Mountain of God. This volcano doesn't erupt with your usual fiery lava. It releases something even weirder, nitrocarbonatite lava, the only known kind on Earth. This lava is low in silica and high in sodium carbonate, which makes its way down to the lake over time. Sodium carbonate was once used in Egyptian mummification. Now think about that. A natural lake, in modern-day Kenya, is doing what ancient embalmers did thousands of years ago, but to birds and animals who fall victim to its trap. Even rainwater can't dilute this lake's harshness. It evaporates too quickly under the brutal sun, leaving behind layers of mineral-rich salt and soda ash. But wait, not everything dies here. Here's the twist. Despite all the death and petrification, life exists at Lake Natron, and not just any life. This hostile environment is actually a breeding ground for millions of flamingos. Yes, you heard right. These iconic pink birds thrive where others perish. The lake's caustic waters keep predators away, giving the flamingos a safe place to nest. They feed on spirulina, a type of blue-green algae that loves alkaline water. Every year, the flamingos paint the shores of Lake Natron pink. The same lake that turns some animals to stone gives life and protection to others. Isn't that just beautifully bizarre? To local communities in northern Kenya and southern Tanzania, Lake Natron is more than a strange body of water. It's a place of spiritual power and mystery. Some elders say the lake is cursed, and animals that disobey the spirits are turned to stone as punishment. Others believe it's a gateway between the physical and spirit worlds, a natural mirror where life and death stare back at each other. Whether myth or science, Lake Natron has carved its place in both the geological and cultural memory of East Africa. Unfortunately, Lake Natron is not immune to the pressures of modern times. Climate change and proposed development projects threaten its delicate ecosystem. Plans to build dams and roads near the lake have sparked concern among conservationists. Disrupting this environment could not only harm the flamingo population but also erase one of Earth's rarest natural laboratories, where nature preserves its own sculptures. That's why the Kenyan Wildlife Service and Tanzanian counterparts, along with international bodies, have begun working to protect the lake and educate local communities on its significance. Because once lost, Lake Natron's odd beauty can never be replaced. So there you have it. A lake that burns, sculpts, and protects, all in one place. A red, steaming mirror in the heart of East Africa that reminds us just how weird, wild, and wonderful nature can be. From petrified birds to blooming flamingos, Lake Natron tells a story only Africa can tell, raw, surreal, and unforgettable. If this story gave you chills, and maybe a few goosebumps, go ahead and like this video to help us reach more curious minds. Comment below, what other African oddities would you like us to uncover next? Subscribe to Africa Unboxed, where we don't just tell stories, we unearth them.